Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to an unboxing for Pixel Tactics. This is the first game in this series. So if you're not familiar with what Pixel Tactics is, just a quick overview. If you'd like to know more, you can check in the link in the descriptions. I did kind of like a little bit more of a how to play video, going through all the rules and what the cards do. But yeah, just in case you just want a quick idea of what it is it's a head versus head battler, 1 versus 1. There are modes to play with multiple players. But what you're doing is you're each playing the same exact deck of cards against each other. You play them down in a field of 9, a grid of 9, with 3 different waves or rows. So you have a front, a middle, and a back row. And then different characters are able to do different stuff depending on which role they are. And then every card has a dual mode of either being a leader, which is your center card, which kind of dictates what you want to be doing and who you want to keep alive, or a hero, which gives you the different options. And then you always have a fourth option on a lot of the cards, which, depending on various sets, can be either in order, which is like a one-time effect, an operation, which is a continuous effect, or a trap, which is a surprise. So yeah, it's kind of neat, because you're playing with the same information, more or less, as your opponent, because you are drawing from a deck of cards, so you might not be having the exact same hands, but you'll at least know an idea of what's coming up. And then, yes, each deck will come with 2 decks of cards, a blue and a pink, or red, I guess. And then every set after this will then have the same backs. You can mix and match all your stuff. So you could eventually play completely different decks as you get more and more things, or you could mix them. Each player still has the same deck. We'll also get a pile of tokens, which have 1 for health, some 10s, some other little +1 counters there for various characters that might have extra things. On the back side, we have some 3s, we have a 20, and we also have some wave tokens to keep track of some players' stuff. And then we do get two cards for first player and second player, just to keep track of whose turn it is and what wave you are currently in, because you do everything in the front wave, which is the red wave, which I can't remember what it was called, Vanguard wave. Then you do the middle green, which is your flank, and then you do the blue, which is your rear. So this kind of keeps track of that. And on the back, it does say your different actions. You get 2 actions per turn, which lets you recruit heroes, attack, perform a spell, clear a corpse off the board, draw or move your characters around. So you'll be rearranging them, and then depending on where they are on the field, depends on where they can attack somebody else. So really cool. So again, yeah, if you want a little bit more information, go check out the my other video. But we're going to go ahead and hop into this. So we're going to go ahead and start with our first character. We're going to look at the leader first, and then we'll flip them over and look at what they do on the other side as their hero class. So we have Lixus Rangtandria, the Alchemic Warrior Division, who has 2 health and 2 damage and 17 health. And then it says, when not in ceasefire, at the end of each of your turns, apply 1 damage to each rival hero and leader. So it's cool. So other than the very first turn of each round, showing up applying extra damage can just help weaken everybody. It's not going to outright defeat most guys, but it's going to make them a little bit easier to take out. Cool. And if we flip over to our other side, as an alchemist, she has 2 attack for health or defense. And then, of course, they have the little symbols on the cards. They're going to help you kind of know what to do, so as you play more and more, you might be able to look at the symbols quick, versus having to always read them. But we have Intercept, which lets you block ranged attacks. So normally you can only attack melee from the red row to whoever character is first open, whether it's the first, they could be in any row as long as it's the first character in front of them. But range lets you attack any area on the board. Intercept then blocks anyone behind them, so it lets you block ranged attacks. This hero takes 2 less damage from attacks, a minimum of 1. So cool, so they can help block, but they can also prevent damage. If they're in the green row, it says your leader takes 2 less damage from attacks, so they block from the sides. And if they're in the back row, they have a spell. Apply 1 damage to up to 5 different heroes. So this goes from basically being a front blocker to the back that can do some ranged damage. And then they have an order, which is like a one-time effect. So apply 7 damage to heroes. You may divide this damage as you wish. So you can't damage your opponent's leader with that, but you do just splash the damage around. Cool. Alright, up next we have a Regicide Hetek, the Special Elimination Squad, 8 attack, 15 health. After this leader or a hero in this leader's unit does damage to a hero, either by attacking abilities or a spell, defeat that hero if it has lethal damage. Ooh, so what this basically means is because normally, as soon as a character hits 0 health, they're not immediately removed from the board. It lets you give to the end of the round. So you might be able to do something else in that turn to heal them, or they might still be able to perform an action and do something else. So if like you damage the guy, they might still be able to do something till the end of their turn. This just automatically takes care of them, so you don't have to worry about them retaliating or recovering. So cool. I'm going to go with that. It's because he's an assassin. Says a 3-1. Says, this hero's attack, printed attack has double strength against leaders. So if he's straight up attacking your leader, he's super strong to 6 damage. And here it says, Forerunner has double printed attack against heroes. So Forerunner is whoever is directly in front of him. So in the grid of 9, whoever is directly in front of him gets an additional damage, but only against heroes. If he's in the back row, it says spell, apply 3 damage to rival's leader. So cool, so he can do damage. So our last card, just as a comparison, I'm not going to jump back and forth too much, but her spell does 1 damage up to 5 heroes. This one does 3 damage, but only to a rival leader. So 5 damage versus 3. 5 is obviously greater, but 3 is better because it's only the hero and you need to, the leader, and you need to take out the leader to win the game. Otherwise, he has straight up burn order. He can just take out a hero. So you just straight up take somebody out, and then they're off the board. So that's pretty cool too. All right, then we have Sagas Sietes, Assimilation Squad, 2 and 18. This leader has the same leader ability, starting life, and attack strength as rival's leader. Use only this leader's printed stats if you cannot copy it. Interesting. So this kind of just steals whatever your opponent's doing. And it makes sense because on the other side it's the doppelganger class. 3 and 5. So this has a spell. Copy a Vanguard spell printed on any other Vanguard hero. And then for the middle one, it says copy a flank spell print on any flanked hero, or copy a rear spell print on any rear hero. So those could be potentially very powerful, but it's only going to copy them if the opponent has one. So as we've seen with our last 2 guys here, we have a spell in blue and we have a spell in blue. So this wouldn't be able to copy anything if it's in one of the other 2 rows because they don't have any. So it just depends on how effective what they have. It's a revealing order from your hand and performance effects. You get copying other effects. So this could be a very, very powerful card because it lets you use anything twice. Awesome. Shikter Lenmore, the Kamikaze Shock Squad, 4 and 19. Whenever a hero in this unit is defeated, that hero immediately makes a free melee attack. Damage from this attack occurs after checking out casualties that happen during the end of the wave. Whenever a hero is defeated in this unit, that hero immediately makes a free melee attack. Cool. You got some getting extra quick attack at the end. That's one reason why you might want to use the assassins to remove them from the board. So here we have the Berserker, 3 and 6. Hero takes 1 less damage from attacks and has +2 strength. So keeping this guy right on the front is very powerful. In the green, whenever a rival hero declares a melee attack against you, apply 2 damage to that hero. So neat. Putting them back a little bit means they are going to take a little bit more damage, but they can deal a lot more damage back. And then blue, the first time each turn you play an order from your hand, make a free ranged attack with this hero. Ooh, neat. So free attack, but it's limited to whenever you play a different card. And then their order is each hero in melee in your unit makes a melee attack against a hero able. So this forces all your heroes to melee attack. Cool. So bunch of very different effects on these. Alright, up next we have Agena Kalista, Petrified Legion. 4 and 17. Rivals cannot use their clear corpse action. Ooh, so this is pretty powerful. So as long as it's out, they can't get rid of their clearing corpse off the board. So every time their hero dies, they're just gonna have a spot where they can't use or move somebody unless they have some other card that lets them get rid of something. That's pretty cool. She's a Dragon Mage, 6 and 3. She says, defeat a hero in melee. Nice, just straight up take one. And there's a spell you could copy. In green, supporter, person behind them has 3 attack strength. And in blue, they have a ranged attack. And in purple, choose a hero has +5 attack strength until the end of this wave. Cool. So that's kind of neat. So you can boost up a guy. Basically, she's a very good support character. Nice. We have Hikaru Sorayama, Geomantic Battalion, 4 and 23. That's a lot of health. Your heroes and leaders have +3 attack strength when making melee attacks. Now also remember, your leader can only melee attack if they don't have anyone in front of them, but that also leaves them exposed to take damage. So giving him 7, Hikaru 7 attack is really great, but again, they're going to be able to take more damage. Alright, we have the fighter class, 4 and 8. Here's intercept, can block ranged attacks, +2 attack strength or +4. So basically, the farther back they get, the stronger they get. And then choose a column. Apply 5 damage to each hero in that column and all units. Interesting. So it just blows up everybody. I believe that also includes yours, I would assume, because you're part of the unit as well. But the fact is, yeah, you can do 5 damage to everybody. So, like, maybe you lost your last guy, or you have one guy you're willing to sacrifice to take out 3 of your opponents. Probably worth it. Alright. Our next up is we have Rukyuk, Amberdean, Arsenal and Artillery Division, 5 and 18. Ranged attacks. This is a leader with a ranged attack. Whenever you play an order, apply 3 damage to any hero after all other effects resolve. Cool. So this is a neat one, but it also means every time you play an order, that's one of your actions for the turn. So it's like, yes, you can do an extra 3 damage, but you're also getting to play less defense or boost effects from the rest of your characters. And they are a gunner, 5 and 4. So ranged attack, this hero has +3 attack strength when attacking heroes with intercept. So nice, they get extra damage if they're hitting guys that can block. Ranged attack, supporter has ranged attack, or just ranged attack. It says apply all 5 damage to each unit in all units. Nice, so you do a bunch of damage to rear units. Cool. We have Crib, Sheev, Shorik, Magical Medical Marshals, 5 and 18. At the end of each of your turns, remove 2 damage from each of your heroes and leader in the current wave. Do this before checking casualties. So this is a way you can definitely heal your guys before they would die. Awesome. And then, of course, the healer class, 1 and 4. You know, a lot of attack. Intercept hero takes 2 less damage from attacks. Spell, remove up to 4 damage from a hero. And then spell, choose 3 different heroes, remove 2 damage from each of them. And then with an order, remove 10 damage from this hero divided as you wish. Nice. So again, it's also a neat thing the way this game works though, is because like right, the order is super powerful. You guys heals 10 damage. This is a one-time effect. And you're probably not going to ever get to use that again. So if you get this maybe certain times in the game, this could be super helpful. You draw this on turn 1, it's going to sit in your hand for quite a while before it does you any good to be able to use that purple ability. But on the other hand, you could potentially drop them into the blue, and you could be healing up to 4, blue or green, you could be healing up to 3 or 4 damage each different time. or up to 6, I guess, for the second one. So you could be healing them more, but you're going to have that's going to kick off every time you hit that wave. So if they survive the first round, great, awesome, I get to do those abilities. They survive the second time, I get to do those abilities. But again, they still cost you one of your actions. So it's like, you know, it's neat. It also depends on how many guys you have left available. Being able to heal 4 is awesome, but with blue, healing 2 damage from 3 different heroes is even better. But if you only have one other hero out, then it's kind of a wasted ability. It just might depend on the state of your board. Tyrolin Ross, Synchro Synthesis Squad. 1 attack but 36 health, so that's a lot of health for a leader. Whenever lethal damage will be applied to your heroes, you must apply the lethal portion of the damage to this leader instead. Example, if a hero with 4 life takes 5 damage, 3 goes to the hero and 2 goes to the leader. That doesn't make sense. That math is wrong. If a hero with 4 life takes 5 damage, so 3 goes to the hero. Shouldn't it be 4 goes to the hero, and 2, unless the last one is the lethal? Oh, because he's preventing them from taking lethal damage. So that way they would only take 3. They have 1 life left and they would live, but then they take everything else. Okay, so that's kind of neat. It's a way for you to absorb the damage to keep all your other characters alive. So basically, none of your characters can ever die, but it also means that you're going to take a lot of damage. This is a homunculus, 3/7, intercept and +2 strength. In green, spell, move up to 7 damage from heroes in this unit onto this one. So it would basically kill it, but it lets you take. It's an interesting way to also heal. And then in blue, when a rear hero in your damage would take damage applied to this hero instead. So that just protects the rear heroes. And then we have rear range, heroes and corpses in your unit however you like. Ooh, so this could be great. So that way if like you really need, like your frontline guys maybe died or a backline guy and you need a space open, you could do this to rearrange a bunch of different characters on the board versus having to spend the move actions or the switch actions or remove a corpse. Again, depending on your board state, this could be very helpful. Alright, up next we have Ark Russell Zane, Phantom Platoon, 4 and 15. Whenever a rival hero leader declares an attack, you decide which legal target is attacked. Interesting. It's very situational. But we have the Illusionist, 4 and 5. Spell, return a hero to its unit and a unit to its owner's hand. Neat. I do like the fact that it's a hero. Return a hero in your unit to its owner's hand. So you return one of yours. So you're not returning your opponent's. So this could be very helpful if they're about to die. You could replay them, or if they have a like coming to play type ability, you could do that, or you could just reposition them. If you're gonna reposition them, you could probably just use the move action as well. Spell, choose a rival. They reveal a card from their hand, use its order effect, and then return it. Interesting. So they reveal a card from their hand. So you only get whatever option they show you. So it's not like you even get to pick which. You not reveal their hand and pick one of their cards. Spell, recruit a hero from the hand, attack or cast a spell with it, then discard it. Cool, so it comes in, does one thing, and then leaves. Okay, that's actually, I like that one more than I like the other two necessarily. Order, randomly take a card from rival's hand and use its order effect, then discard it. So kind of like the green one, except it's random, so your opponent doesn't get to choose it, and then they also lose it. So that's pretty cool. Alright, we have Cadenza, Clockwork Infamy Division, 4 and 20. Your hero and leader takes 1 less damage from attacks. So that means very simple. Just protection. And this is the Knight class, 3 and 10. Intercept, when this hero is targeted by a hero's attack, apply 2 damage to the attacker. Nice, so they get extra damage back. And it does show, like, the arrow and the sword to show either one. Your leader does not take damage from range attacks. That could be very powerful. And spell, move up to 6 damage from heroes to this unit, so you can kind of heal some extra damage. Apply 4 damage to each rival hero and leader in melee. Okay, again, could be very, very helpful to get rid of some stuff. Alright, then we have a special one. We have Borneo, the Costume Avengers, 217. When you recruit a hero, that hero immediately performs an attack or casts a spell as a free action. Its ability does not work during ceasefire. Oh, so that's fun. So if they have spells or free actions, you can do attack, they can do some extra stuff. And then they basically kind of similar abilities for everything. So spell, another Vanguard hero in this unit makes a melee attack. In green, another hero makes a ranged attack, another one makes a ranged attack. And then effect, or order is activate your leader's order effect. Cool, so that lets you recruit a hero and use a thing. Actually, no, sorry, it doesn't let you do this, it lets you do whatever your leader's effect was. So if, like, this is my leader, I would get to use my knight's ability. So that's kind of cool. Lets you trigger anybody else's stuff. Well, I said this is a special card because in blue, we have a mascot as well. It does the exact same things. It just has a different name on the top side. So you do this in about every set. They have one card that has a different picture for each group, but otherwise it's the exact same card. So it says recruit a hero, cast his ability down ceasefire, 217. So it does the same thing, it's just that's the one card that has a different picture on it between the two. Alright, we have Kasumi Nuke, Amphibious Mage Corps, 119. The first 2 times you play an order, operation, or place a trap, each turn are free actions. Awesome. So, like, in this set, there are no operations or traps, but it's cool that this is mentioning stuff that comes in the future expansions as well. So it does give you a good reason to mix and match them. But yeah, it's cool that it lets you place the first 2 times you play one, each turn are free. So the fact that you can do them multiple times is really cool. Alright, she's a Mystic, 1-7. Intercept, spell, remove all damage from this hero. Nice. Forerunner, this attack has +2 strength and takes 1 less damage from attacks, so whoever's in front of her has some extra boosted stats. And then a spell. Draw a card, you may play it as an order or add it to your hand. Ooh, that is fun as well. And then her order abilities gain 3 actions, used only to play orders, traps, or actions. Cool. This card can be very powerful, I think, because you can get all them extra orders and traps out, which can be very helpful. Alright, then we have Seth Kremlu, Psychic Recon Division, 3-20. Your rivals play with their hands revealed. This is definitely a game where I can see, I can potentially see that can be really powerful. In most games, I'm generally not someone that really cares to know what's in my opponent's hand because, more information is always nice because you know, like, if they would have something that can counter or destroy your stuff, it is useful to know. And even in this game, I can definitely see where that can be helpful. But I also feel like this could also be somewhat of a hindrance because, if you see a card, it's like, oh look, they have an Interceptor in red, great. But if they don't play that card in red, that doesn't mean anything. It's not just they might be able to play this card, or they, you know, in like other games like Magic or something, they might be like, oh, they don't have enough to play any of these, so I'm not worried about them. Or they could potentially play this because they have enough stuff to pay for them. This game, it's really like they can play any of those things in any time. So, I think it's more of just like, it would mentally just bother me to constantly have to look at my opponent's stuff and see what they have. I think it'd be less, I think it'd be better effective, like they play the top card of the deck revealed. So I always see what's at least coming up, but it's only one card I have to look at. That's just me, I guess. Oracle 2 and 4. Spell with your rival's hand. Choose a card from it and discard it. Cool. Like that I don't mind doing. Then you get to reveal kind of what they have in their hand for a brief moment. Okay, this is that one. Looks and you can affect it. Spell. With the top 5 cards of your deck, reorder them however you wish. Ooh, that's helpful. And you may look at the top card of your deck anytime you like. Neat. So again, you can kind of at least see what's coming up. That might not necessarily help you as much, but it might in the tournament if you're like, oh, I really need the card that does this. Do I have one coming up next turn? Nope. Okay, now I know what my next play is going to be. And then the orders. Discard your hand and draw the same number of cards you discarded. This does not count. This card is not in your hand. Neat. So reshuffle. Alright. Terran Nord Rexing, Overlord's Guard, 4 and 17. When a rival suffers a casualty, you may place that hero into an empty slot in your unit and restore it to life. Heroes revive this way only have 1 life and are discarded as soon as they're defeated. Interesting. So you basically steal your opponent's defeated characters. And the Overlord class, so 3 and 7. Intercept. Spell. Your leader makes a melee attack. Spell. Any hero in your unit makes a melee attack. Or order. Recruit any number of heroes into any one row of your unit. Nice. So like you fill your board back up. Van Telemore, Tactical Strike Team, 4 and 17. A move is a free action for you, and clear a corpse is a free action for you. Alright, that's what I need, because it doesn't give you any other special damaging abilities or that, but it does give you 2 different free actions, which can be very helpful, lets you kind of rearrange your board as you need a lot better. Then we have the Paladin class. So 4 and 6 is Intercept. In green, swap the position of 2 heroes or corpses in your unit. Blue, swap the position of 2 rival heroes or corpses. Ooh. To mess with your opponent's stuff. That could be helpful as well. You swap a corpse with like maybe their guy that's blocking their leader. And then fully rearrange heroes and corpses in any one column of any unit. Nice. This is kind of cool when you move them around up and down. Awesome. Zazmaselket, the Planestakers, 419. Ranged attack. All heroes in this unit have ranged attack. Oh. Giving everyone range so you can hit anyone from anywhere. Makes Intercept very powerful on your opponent's side. Intercept and range. Forerunner and Supporter both have range, or he has a ranged attack. Apply 5 damage to all flanked heroes in each unit. So just attack the middle row. Which is only 2 heroes, only the left and the right, because your middle will always be your leader. Alright. Magdalena Larrington, a spiritual support squad. 0 attack but 19 health. At the end of each round, add a level marker to this card. Heroes in this unit have +1 attack strength for each level marker on its hero. This does not work during Ceasefire. Cool. So these are kind of what these extra little tokens would be used for. This one would be used as level markers. Give you +1. It's at the end of each round, so it's not going to go up super fast. But yeah, I mean, like, start of the next round, everyone has +1, and if they keep and your hero's gonna keep surviving until it ends. If you get to like 3, 4, 5, all of a sudden guys have 4 or 5 extra attack. That's gonna definitely make them all really powerful. And that's the Priestess, 1 and 7. Spell remove up to 4 damage from a hero. In green, spell remove 2 damage from your leader. Spell restore a corpse to life. Apply damage to this hero equal to the restored corpse's printed life. Oh, so how badly do you need them? And then otherwise just restore a corpse. Might be worth having them hang out and just be able to restore like a couple of guys here or there. Neat. Or do that and then heal her and then do it again. Alright, Talistar Flarechild, Elemental Fire Team, 6 and 17. Ranged attack. When you are the first player, your heroes have +3 attack strength. Otherwise, your heroes take 1 less damage from attacks. Interesting. So this depends on when you're the first player, which switches after each round. So sometimes you take less damage, sometimes you do more. That's pretty cool. And they're the Pyromancer. 3 and 3. Apply 3 damage to each rival hero in melee. Attack range, Forerunner has attack ranged attacks, or just ranged attack. And then order, apply 7 damage to all Vanguard units in this hero. So it's kind of like the other one. Very similar effects, just different, a little bit different stuff. Luke Vungot, Timeless Legion, 1 in 17. You have 1 additional action each wave. Ooh, interesting. Is that worth it enough to give you your, make this guy your leader? Scientist, 2 and 5. Spell. Choose a rival that player has 1 less action next wave to a minimum of 1. In green spell, draw 2 cards. That's the first one we've had with a card draw. So you kind of make, so some of these guys are very limited. And then spell, another hero in this unit makes a melee attack. And then there, gain 3 additional actions this wave. So that could be very helpful as well. Like early on, probably not as much, might be, because you could play 3 guys in a wave and at least get them all out. But then they can't do anything that turn. But then later on, after you have some guys out, yeah, they can also do some extra attacks and play stuff, so that'd be really cool. The Sandra Machan. Summoned Battalion, 1 in 21 health. Recruiting is a free action for you. Ooh. Interesting. So that means can you recruit any number of times then? Would be my guess. Summoner, 2 and 5. Spell, return a hero in melee to its owner's hand. Spell, recruit a hero into any empty slot in your unit. Spell, draw 3 cards, put 1 in your hand, 1 on the top of your deck, and discard the other. Interesting. So kind of better than the last guy said draw 2, or the other guy said draw 2. This lets you draw 3, but basically you get 1 right away, which is not as good as draw 2, but you also get to stack the other 2 on what you want. So it's like, which one do I immediately need versus which one I can not need. This one's going to be useless to me for now. And then we have name a card, search your deck for it. If you find it, reveal it, add to it, and shuffle. So that's pretty powerful as well. Eligor Larrington, Drums of Vengeance, 4 and 23. Heroes in this unit have +5 attack, strength if they cook damage this way. Okay, so they get bonus if they cook damage. Interesting. The Templar, 1 in 6. This hero has +1 strength for each damage on it. Supporters take no damage from attacks. Ooh, makes that guy very much a target. And spell, swap this hero with another hero in your unit, then make the melee hero with this hero. Okay, cool. So they start in the back, you can have them jump to the front and also do a bunch of damage. I wonder if they move to the front and become Vanguard, if they would then gain their Vanguard ability. It would make sense, right? If they have some damage on them. Purple. Any hero who attacks or did attack with your unit this melee during this wave is defeated. Who attacks or did attack your unit with a melee attack during this wave is defeated. It's basically just auto-defeat someone that attacked you. Cool. Alright. Kadath Hemusi, Dimensional Assault Team, 5 and 19. Ranged attacks. Heroes in this unit have intercept. Nice, this will protect against all intercepting stuff. Imagine playing this one against the one where they all have ranged attacks. Trapper, 4 and 5. Intercept. This hero takes no damage from ranged attacks. The Forerunner has intercept. The Supporter has ranged attacks. That's cool. Beefing up your guys. In blue spell, choose a rival. That rival discards 1 card at random. Or, with the order, a rival must discard 3 cards at random. Oh, at random, that is mean. Demetros Denigrade, Deathless Legion, 3 and 18. Whenever your hero or leader attacks, Remove 1 damage from a leader or from an attacker for each damage dealt by the attack. Right here. Okay, cool. So you do more damage, you just keep healing your guys. That's pretty cool. Then we have they're a vampire. Which makes sense why they're doing that. 2 and 6. Hero deals damage, remove that much damage from him. When a Forerunner would deal damage, you may apply the damage to this hero instead. Spell, move up to 2 damage from your leader to any hero, or move all damage from one hero to another hero. Yeah, it's damage changing on it. So it's not like necessarily, the first one's a healing, the rest aren't necessarily healing effects. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Kind of neat though, you could also do like this green. Forerunner take damage, you may apply this damage to this hero instead. And then move him to the front and have him do some damage and start healing himself. Kind of neat. Alright, our last one is Hezabot Kultor, Reanimator Corpse, 3 and 20. Action. A corpse in a unit makes a melee attack with an attack strength of 3. So this would be cool if you have a bunch of dead guys. And that's the Witch. 1 and 5. This hero has +1 attack strength for each corpse in all units. So basically, the more guys that die, this character will get stronger. If Forerunner is a corpse, the hero has +4 attack. Spell, clear all corpses in a single row of any unit. And purple, return all corpses in a single row to their owner's hand. This is cool too, because you could clear yours, so that way you have more room to play stuff. You also clear your opponents, which would give them more room, but it would keep them from using them with their things like their witch or their priestess, I think it was, to let them reanimate stuff, so that'd be cool as well. Then they also give you 1 extra card that lets you kind of customize your own stuff. Awesome, so that's what we have for set 1. Again, we have, if we like look through the blue ones, you can have all the same cards. Everything's the same, just in the blue deck. And then they do have the big one up here by the hero, just to let you know that that was the hero, or set number 1. So that when you start mixing and matching them. And again, when you combine with any of the other Pixel Tactics games, you can make your own teams. Otherwise, you have everyone plays the exact same deck, since everyone comes with the same thing. So you can always pull, like, if I pull 5 cards out of this and put 5 cards in from set 2, and I put 5 cards from set 3 in here. You can go with both decks to keep them completely even, or you could be like, hey, we have sets 1 through 5, let everyone pick one leader from whatever set they want, and then mix and match and make completely their own decks. It just makes the game even more wild, because now you're not playing with the same cards as someone else. Which means you're not going to be able to necessarily predict what they're going to potentially have. That's sort of the idea with this, is if you're playing the same deck, you can be like, oh, okay, they already played their witch, I know what that does, but I know they might have a priest in their hand, so they might do this later. They might have a ranger character, or a knight that can protect their damage. So you kind of have, knowing that information gives you a little bit of advantage. But yeah, if you start mixing and matching too much, nobody has any idea, because you're probably not going to memorize. There's no way you're going to know if someone has up to 70 different cards they could choose from, or whatever it is, 100 cards. You're not going to have any idea what it is. But anywho, so yeah, really neat idea of a game, really cool concept, cool artwork and stuff. A little bit hard to read at times because there's so much information on there, but that's all right. Alright, so that's what we have for Pixel Tactics. Hope you guys enjoyed. Just come back, check out all the other unboxings for the regular main Pixel Tactics series, as well as you can go check out the Mega Man version, which gives Mega Man characters a version to play this game, which is also completely compatible with this. See you guys later. Bye.